I'm Tony Weatherington, and I'll be playing Tommy.
And our scenes are from My Children, My Africa by Athol Fugard. When I first saw it, I thought to myself, how in God's name does anybody study or learn in here? But there they were, about 40 of them. My age, mostly boys, not one welcoming smile among the lot of them. And they were studying, and very intently. 3 privileged and uncomfortable white girls in smart uniforms from a posh school who had come to give them a lesson in debating. I know I'm a good debater, and one of the reasons that is that I always talk very directly to the audience and the opposition. I am not shy about making eye contact. Well, when I did this time, when it was my first turn to speak, I stood up and looked at all those unsmiling faces, and suddenly I realized that I hadn't prepared myself for one simple but all-important fact. They had no intention for being grateful for me. They were sitting there waiting to judge me, what I said and how I said it, and on the basis of total inequality. Maybe it doesn't sound like much to you, but you must understand, I never really confronted that before. I don't just mean in debating, I mean in my life. I wasn't going to. Let me tell you straight out that there is nothing in this world, nothing, that I want to see less at this moment than anything or anybody from the location. You said in your note that it was urgent, so here I am.
Are you in a hurry?
I haven't got to be somewhere else, that's what you mean. But if it looks as if I would like to run away from here, from you, very fast, then my answer is yes. But don't worry. I'll be able to control that urge for as long as you need to say what you want to.
I just wanted to say goodbye.
Again?
What do you mean?
You've already done that, Tommy. Maybe you didn't use that word, but you turned your back and walked out of my life that last afternoon. The 3 of us. How long ago was that?
3 weeks, I think.
So why do you want to do it again? Aren't you happy with the last time? It was so dramatic, Tommy.
I wanted to see you because I'm leaving town. I'm going away for good.
Oh. So this is meant to be one of those sad goodbyes, isn't it? I'm sorry if I'm hurting your feelings, but I thought you wanted to talk to me because you wanted to talk about recent events in our little community. A certain unrest-related, I think that's what they call it. Yes, here it is. Unrest-related incident, in which, according to witnesses, the defenseless teacher was attacked by a group of blacks who struck him over the head with an iron rod before setting him on fire.
Stop it, Isabel.
Oh, Tommy, I wish I could. I've tried everything. It just keeps going around and around inside my head. I've tried crying. I've tried praying. I've even tried confrontation. Yeah, the day after it happened, I wanted to go see the location. I wanted to ask the reporters. I wanted to ask the witnesses who reported it so accurately and ask them, why didn't they stop it? There was a police roadblock at the entrance, and they wouldn't let me in. They thought I was crazy or something and escorted me back to the safekeeping of now 2 very frightened parents. There was nothing wrong with me. All I want is for someone to tell me why he was killed.
Isabel. Somehow or another, somebody discovered that Mr. M was an informer.
You mean that list of pupils taking part in the boycott? You call that informing?
No, it was worse than that. He went to the police and he gave them the names and addresses of our action committee. And all of them were arrested after his visit. They are now in detention.
Mr. N?
Yes,
I don't believe.
it's true, Isabel.
No! What proof do you have?
His own words. He told me so himself. I didn't believe it when he was first accused, but the last time I saw him, he said it was true. He said he had been to the police.
Mr. N? A policeman? For how long?
No, it wasn't like that. He wasn't paid or anything. He went to the police that one time. He said he felt it was his duty.
What do you mean?
Operation Quizma, the boycotts, the strikes, the arson. You know he didn't agree with any of that. He was very confused about it all. I think he wished he had never done it.
So he went to the police just once?
Yes.
As a matter of conscience?
Yes.
That doesn't make him an informer, Tommy!
Then what do you call someone who gives information to the police?
No! You know what that word really means. The type of person it suggests. Was Mr. M one of those? He was acting out of concern for his people. You said so yourself. He thought he was doing the right thing. You don't murder a man for that!
Be careful, Isabel.
Of what?
The words you use.
Oh. Which one don't you like? Murder? What do you want me to call it? An unrest-related incident? If you were going to call him an informer, then I'm going to call his death murder!
It was an act of self-defense.
By who?
The people.
What? A mad mob attacked one unarmed defenseless man, and you want to call it?
Stop it, Isabel. You're always saying you want to understand us and what it means to be black. Well, if you do, then listen to me. I don't call it murder, and I don't call the people who did it a mad mob. And yes, I do expect you to see it as an act of self-defense. Listen to me. Blind and stupid, but self-defense. He betrayed us in our fight for freedom. 5 men are in detention because of Mr. M's visit to the police. There have been many arrests, and there will be more. Why do you think I'm running away? What Anila Mayalata did to them is what your laws define as treason. And if accused, they get put on trial in your courts. And if found guilty, they get hanged. Many of my people have been hanged. Those hangings we call murder. Try to understand, Isabel. Try to imagine what it is like to be a black person, choking inside with rage, frustration, bitterness, and then you discover that your own kind is a traitor. What would you do? There's no justice for black people in this country, other than what we make for ourselves. So when you judge us for what happened in front of the school 4 days ago, remember that you carry a share of the responsibility for it. It is your laws that have made simple, decent black people so desperate that they turn into mad mobs. Say it, Isabel.
No.
You once challenged me to be honest with you, and I'm challenging you now.
Time. Good. Give him a